Saquon Barkley and NFL football players, college football players alike, high school football players, once you put the pads on, you should play every allowable game. Every game that comes your way, you should fucking play it. That's just me, old school, whatever. Saquon Barkley passed on a record opportunity to hold the all-time record. I told Smitty last week, he's going to regret this in 6 years. He's going to regret it maybe in 6 days when they lose to the Packers in the first round, because he passed by a record that he could have had, and now his quarterback, Jalen Hurts, possibly won't play, and the Eagles will be knocked out in the first round, and you're going to be sitting there at home like, damn, I don't have a record, and I lost in the first round. Doc, Super Bowls are not guaranteed. Why not go after the record? There's no guarantee you're going to win the Super Bowl. So everyone telling me that, he's going to sit out, JB, so he doesn't get hurt, so they can win a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl ain't guaranteed. The record could have been. The record could have been. And Shaun King made a great point yesterday, Doc. In 6 years from now, when Dr. Jesse Morse representing them and saying, hey, the all-time single-season leading rusher is here. You want to hire him as your face for your brand? It's a lot easier push than it is, hey, the guy that could have got it. You want to hire him? He's made a great point in marketing. I don't know, Doc. I'm just telling you, if Jalen Hurts don't play, which is the question to you, Saquon's going to regret not playing last game.
So I think this was on the Eagles and not him. There was rumblings that he wanted to play.
It makes it even worse to me. Another down black eye on Sirianni if they lose, because Sirianni will be fired immediately if they lose.
How fast?
Immediately.
I mean, obviously the title was there. I mean, they could have done whatever they wanted to do. Yeah, Jalen was going to be out of the game regardless. It's unfortunate. We don't know how many years Saquon has left in the NFL. We saw Derrick Henry do something that's super rare. So that's very hard to replicate. Henry's a special physical beast in terms of size for a running back. But, it's unfortunate. I would have loved to see Saquon do it. The writing was on the wall. They just need to allow him to play. Yes, he could have got injured, just like the Lions could have got injured, just like Zay Flowers got injured. But unfortunately, I get it from both sides of the coin. It's unfortunate. He probably wanted to win it, but at the same time, respect the team wishes, or however you put it, because I think he would probably rather have a ring than a trophy, whatnot. But you'll never win that debate. I get it. It's unfortunate. I wish both could happen. That would be ideal.
Yeah, unfortunately, those rings are not guaranteed. If they were, I could see you sitting out. But until they are,
I think as far as Jalen is concerned, there's rumblings.
1 second, break it down from the standpoint of how this all works, because I want to be clear from the coaching side as you break down the protocol, so everybody understands and has a clear-cut understanding of why I think this is real issue. Number one, from the coaching side, that Doc is going to tie in with me for everybody out there. He has to clear protocol, and he has to start with basically padless practice in a walkthrough scenario to be able to jump up and go to the next level.
Correct.
It's Tuesday, people. Tomorrow, he's not cleared as of today. Tomorrow, let's say he's cleared. Tomorrow, he has to go in a padless scenario and do a walkthrough as his first practice. That would put him earliest Thursday in shorts.
Right.
I got to tell you, Doc, Thursday, Friday, is that enough time to be comfortable in this being your starter going into a
lot of people message me with this comment. I don't follow the Eagles that closely, so they said Hurts was in the walkthrough on Saturday. I don't know.
He wasn't in a walkthrough, Latrell, contrary to your belief. I got buddies coaching there. Do you? Anyway, he wasn't in a walkthrough because he wasn't cleared, and he's still not cleared.
Okay, so I'll take that information then. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go through the scenario.
You would have violated
so the concussion protocol is 5 days. Day one is usually the first day after the the concussion. Presumably, most people take a day, maybe 2 to get through that. Means the symptoms are starting to dwindle. The second day is you start to increase, or second step is you start to increase your activity level a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you tolerate the increased activity level and the symptoms either stay the same or get better, then you would, the next day, you can't do it the same day, you would progress to a more what's the word I'm looking for? More sport specific movements. If you do fine that day and do not have worsening of symptoms, ideally you continue to get better, then you will progress to level or stage 4. At stage 4, you are doing even more padded practice. At stage 5, you are full pad, full hit. If you don't have any symptoms and you clear the concussion protocol, and at least one doctor, sometimes 2, have to sign off on it, then you can formally be cleared from the protocol. That is the full protocol. It's important to understand, although it's not technically written, it's pretty much inferred, that you cannot clear a step in less than 24 hours. You have 5 days to clear 5 steps. You cannot do it in 4 days, which is why someone who suffers a concussion on a Sunday cannot play on that Thursday, because you can't clear 5 steps in 4 days.
That's why he didn't practice today. That's why everyone out here is talking.
And they don't practice on Mondays. And I mean,
Tuesdays
every week's a little crazy, but in this week, they're likely not practicing on Monday or Tuesday. So that means their first practice will be on Wednesday. So that if he has not physically practiced yet, then Wednesday he can physically start practice on Wednesday. That would be stage 3. Now, if he's already technically practiced but not physically practiced, then maybe they say he's already done that, and now he's on stage 4 on Wednesday, which would allow him to get to stage 5 either on Thursday or Friday. Now, if he has any setbacks, meaning he has any new symptoms, then they're going to stop it for a day and repeat that cycle the next day.
Gotcha.
And
this would be one of the... What's that?
Right. That's why it's impossible that he practiced Saturday. He didn't, because he's not cleared today. So he didn't practice.
I think people were probably insinuating is that maybe he went through stage 3 on Saturday, which is possible. Because he's not doing a lot physically, because they weren't doing anything physically.
He just allowed on the field in sunlight again.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Yeah.
But and the Eagles are really aggressive. Not really applicable to the concussion protocol, but the Eagles are really aggressive with their timelines. Years ago, you may remember Dallas Goedert suffered, I think it was a knee or something, and they brought him back the week before a bye, which is kind of weird. He missed like 3-4 weeks, and then they brought him back the week before a bye, and then they went into the bye. I was like, what the? Almost every team would have brought him back after the bye. The Eagles brought him back before. So it was interesting to see. Each team does a little bit different. The Packers are the opposite. They're very conservative. They will keep people out longer than they need to, just to make sure they're okay. Devontae Adams years ago had that turf toe. He missed like a month. That's not common. As bad of an injury as it is. With that being said, I'd probably give Jalen about a 10 to 15% chance of missing. I would be really surprised if he misses this game. Now, people say they're going to let it go. They're going to make sure he clears the protocol. It's the playoffs. That is a separate discussion. I get the money. I get the ratings. There's a reason why we have something called a second impact syndrome, which basically means if you suffer a new concussion before the original symptoms of the concussion, the first concussion, resolve, the brainstem can swell or enlarge, and you can die. It's fatal. Ooh. So that's rare, obviously, but there's a reason why we have things in place. And I'll leave it with this. You can replace your knee. You can't replace your brain.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So, I just think it's a real serious situation. Everything that I've heard is a real deal. Like, this cat is not cleared right now, and it's not like he's right there on the cusp. Like, this is a serious scenario. You have to, as a coach, I'm just telling you, Smitty, as a player, as a coach, my team is asking me who's our quarterback. It's Tuesday. We got to play the Packers. Then Wednesday, we don't see him again, but we just see him standing there. Thursday, maybe he's cleared. He goes out there in shorts. Friday, is that enough time to say, all right,
that's a trauma day, ain't it?
He needs a full day with full pads and full hitting, quote unquote. Hitting.
But here's the problem no one's discussing. Who's taking the reps right now at quarterback?
Exactly.
Probably Pickett.
Well,
but he's got a rib fracture.
Didn't Pickett get hurt too? So that's the other guy probably.
Well, it could be McKee, but we know that Pickett was. Pickett. So before this game, before the last game, Pickett had a rib injury. He received a pain-killing injection of those cortisone, or if that was tramadol, Toradol. I don't know. Probably Toradol, but if I were to guess, or they maybe did a block. At remember he had that re-injury. At halftime, he had another one. Then he never returned, even though he was technically eligible. McKee came in and ended up doing good, and then obviously he played in this game, even though I believe Pickett was technically active.
Okay.
Technically active, but I don't think he played in this game.
Probably is the guy taking the reps right. Well, we'll be taking the reps.
I mean, because ribs suck. I mean, ribs are awful.
But to
ribs
your
are very
point,
frustrating, except for a quarterback.
Pickett's gonna be taking the reps all damn week. Hurts. Let's say he pops back in Thursday, Friday. At that point, the game plan's already kind of. It's been. We didn't work it. We didn't.
But
I'm telling you right now, all you guys out here that are fans and don't understand all that's going on in Sirianni's head and that team's head, you guys are crazy if you think this is going to be a walk in the park. This is a very serious matter. What quarterback's taking reps? Then when Jalen comes back, do you split the reps, Doc? Because if Jalen Hurts goes in, let's just say we give Jalen the next 2 days of reps, and he goes in the game in the first quarter and gets a concussion knocked out again, I got to go back to the guy that I stopped giving reps to on Wednesday and Thursday. See what I'm saying? These cats have no clue about how this thing works. Now I got to pick or choose here, in my opinion.
And then the next question becomes, who's a better choice, McKee or Pickett, who has a rib injury?
I'm just saying, if I'm Sirianni, I got to make a decision, Doc, by tomorrow latest on who's going to get the reps going forward, and that's it. That's my cutoff.
Yeah. Because I think that will also give us an idea of how he's doing in the protocol. You know, right now he can't clear it. There's no practice. He can't clear it even if he wanted to. It don't matter. Unless they decided to add a Tuesday practice, you cannot clear it on a day that you don't have practice. That's just how it works.
Yeah. That's hey Bailey, when do they play? Are they Sunday or Saturday?
I think they're Sunday. They're Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Oh, okay.
Okay. He got lucky with that.
That actually helps him out there. I thought it was a Saturday game, so they get some